Before time had a name, there was balance, Dharma, the pulse of creation itself. But when pride defied the order of the cosmos, the heavens trembled, and the wheel of fate began to turn. This is not a tale of gods and kings. It is the echo of mankind's soul. The Mahabharata, the song of Dharma. The crimson dawn spills over Kurukshetra, the sacred plain where the destiny of mankind is about to unfold. Upon the misted field, two mighty armies stand face to face, the Pandavas and the Kauravas, both born of the same lineage. Armor gleams in the rising sun, banners flutter in the wind, and the earth trembles beneath the thunder of chariots. In that moment, the world stands still, as if the universe itself holds its breath before the strike of destiny. On a golden chariot at the heart of the field, Krishna, the incarnation of Vishnu, holds the reins of divine white horses, and beside him stands Arjuna, the Pandava archer, a hero torn between doubt and duty. The light of the Sudarshana chakra, Krishna's celestial weapon, glows upon the heavens like a second sun, symbol of justice and karma. As the celestial drums resound once more, Krishna turns to Arjuna and speaks with the voice of all creation. Arjuna, this is not a war for a throne, but the battle between Dharma and Adharma, between order and chaos. Arjuna lowers his bow, his heart weighed like stone. How can I draw my bow against my kin, my teachers, my own brothers? Krishna smiles, his eyes holding the stars. You slay no one, for the soul never dies. Fulfill your duty, for that is the path of Dharma. The wind rises. Time itself seems to halt. All the heavens listen to the dialogue between man and God. The Bhagavad Gita, the sacred hymn of philosophy and war. When the teaching ends, Arjuna raises his Gandiva bow, golden light radiating from its tip like the dawn of awakening. I understand now, my lord. I will fight, not for hatred, but for the order of the world. Before Kurukshetra was stained with blood, everything began with an oath. In the court of Hastinapura, beneath the throne of the Kuru dynasty, two branches of one bloodline grew, the Pandavas and the Kauravas. Once brothers in heart, they soon became rivals in spirit. Duryodhana, the eldest Kaurava, born of arrogance and ambition, nursed the dream of seizing the throne, while Yudhishthira, eldest of the Pandavas, was born under the star of Dharma, symbol of justice and truth. To protect the throne, Bhishma, the immortal warrior of the Kuru line, once swore an oath before which even time bowed. He renounced the crown, renounced love, choosing a life of solitude to preserve royal order. Yet it was that very oath that would set in motion a chain of destiny, leading to destruction. As the Pandavas grew, loved for their virtue and strength, Duryodhana's jealousy burned fiercer. He conspired with his uncle, Shakuni, a master of deceit, whose mind spun webs like a serpent's coil. In the fateful dice game, Yudhishthira was deceived, losing his kingdom, his wealth, and his honor. Before the royal court, Draupadi, queen of the Pandavas, was dragged forth and humiliated, a wound that tore through the soul of humanity. Then Krishna appeared, light filling the hall, and Draupadi's robe became an endless fabric, shielding her dignity by divine will. Karma will turn its wheel, and those who sow humiliation today shall reap ashes tomorrow. The Pandavas were exiled for 13 years. In the wilderness, they forged both body and soul, awaiting the day justice would rise again. In the silence of the forest, Arjuna was led by Krishna to meet Shiva, from whom he received the Pashupatastra, a weapon of cosmic power. Indra, father of Arjuna, bestowed upon him celestial armor and thunder, teaching him the strength of storm and sky. Three deities, three forces, justice, destruction, and power, converged within Arjuna, preparing him for the final war of the age. Upon the peak of the Himalayas, Krishna gazed upon the world and whispered, "When mankind forgets Dharma, I shall be reborn to restore the balance of the universe." The oath has been spoken, betrayal sown, and the wheel of karma has begun to turn. It was the 14th dawn over Kurukshetra. The earth had turned red, the sky turned gray, and the souls of warriors had mingled with dust. Two armies still stood, the Pandavas and the Kauravas, each convinced that righteousness was on their side. The roar of drums, the clash of steel, and the cries of men became a symphony of karma and blood. At the heart of the field, Arjuna stood upon the golden chariot, bow Gandiva in hand, beside Krishna, who held the reins of destiny. From afar, Bhishma, the immortal warrior, rode his chariot wreathed in light, his spear flashing like a bolt of lightning. Krishna looked upon Arjuna, his gaze gentle yet infinite. "Fear not, O Arjuna. When you act through Dharma, all doubt shall fade." Arjuna drew his bow. The first arrow left the string, shattering the dawn, and the true war began. The earth cracked, the heavens quaked. Indra cast thunder, Agni breathed fire, and Hanuman roared from the Pandava banner. Thousands fell, their souls absorbed into the cycle of rebirth, echoing the eternal call of Dharma. Amid the chaos, Karna, friend of Duryodhana, hero bound by curse, stepped forth. The two greatest archers, Arjuna and Karna, faced each other, each a mirror of the other. Justice and tragedy intertwined. When Karna's chariot wheel sank into the earth, his fate was sealed. Karna raised his voice deep as thunder. "I have lived by honor, and I shall die by it." Arjuna hesitated, but Krishna whispered softly, "Karma waits for no mercy. act. The arrow flew. Karna fell, his blood mingling with the earth. A reminder that even the righteous cannot escape karma. As twilight descended, Krishna lifted his gaze, and his form began to glow with boundless radiance. He revealed the Vishvarupa, the cosmic form, 1,000 faces, 1,000 arms, light devouring all creation. Arjuna trembled and knelt. O Lord, within your body I behold all gods, all beings. I see creation and destruction alike. Krishna replied, a voice both thunder and breeze. I am time, the destroyer of worlds. Yet through destruction, Dharma is born anew. Light erupted, and for that brief moment, every warrior beheld the universe unfold before his eyes. When the light faded, only Krishna and Arjuna remained upon the chariot, the wind carrying the breath of eternity. In war, mankind meets the divine. In suffering, Dharma is reborn. After 18 days of slaughter, the battlefield of Kurukshetra had become a sea of ashes. Bodies of warriors lay piled like fallen mountains, banners torn, swords rusted, and the sky hung silent as if mourning mankind. In the crimson dusk, only Duryodhana, last of the Kauravas, wandered amid the ruins. Once proud as fire, he was now the dying ember of destiny. He reached a sacred lake, its moonlit surface reflecting the mirror of his sins. He stepped in, touching the cool water, as if trying to cleanse his weary soul. But karma cannot be washed away by water. Bhima, Arjuna's brother, approached, his eyes blazing with vengeance. They faced each other beneath the moon. No armies, no gods, only two souls bearing the weight of the universe. The final duel began with fists and blood. No swords, no bows, only the raw pulse of fate and consequence. Bhima struck a fatal blow, shattering Duryodhana's thigh, and the fallen prince uttered no cry. Lying upon the ground, Duryodhana gazed at the crimson sky, his voice rasping like ashes. I have lived as a king, and though defeated, I die unbowed. Bhima turned away, his eyes hollow with sorrow, for in victory he found only emptiness. From afar, Krishna looked upon the field. The light in his eyes no longer blazed, but rested still, like a lake after the storm. Dharma had been restored, but the earth had paid too much in blood. He spoke softly, his voice carried by the wind. There is no pure victory, for in every war, a part of me dies with mankind. In the heavens, Indra was silent. Shiva withdrew. The gods turned away. Only silence remained, heavy as a mountain of ages. By the lake, Duryodhana drew his final breath. A gentle breeze passed, and in the sky, the Sudarshana chakra turned slowly, closing the wheel of karma. The gods have fallen silent, for Dharma is no longer a sword. It is the silence within man's heart. The war had ended. On the plains of Kurukshetra, young grass sprouted amid ashes, and the wind carried the scent of new earth, the breath of rebirth. Yet within the hearts of the survivors, silence echoed louder than any war drum. Yudhishthira, the new king of the Pandavas, sat upon his throne. His eyes shone not with pride, but with the weight of guilt and duty. He asked Krishna, "We have won, my lord, yet why does my heart feel hollow, as if I have lost?" Krishna smiled, his voice deep as the eternal river flowing through time. Because victory is never the destination, Yudhishthira. Dharma does not dwell on the battlefield. It lives within the mind of one who dares to reflect. And so the righteous king left his throne, journeying into the forest with his brothers, seeking the peace of the soul. On their ascent to the Himalayas, they crossed valleys of wind and snow where time itself seemed to pause. One by one they fell. Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, Sahadeva, until only Yudhishthira remained, walking beside a faithful dog. Upon reaching the summit, Indra appeared in his golden chariot and spoke, "O Yudhishthira, you have lived in accordance with Dharma. Ascend to heaven with me." But the king bowed and answered softly, "I will not abandon my companion." At that moment, the dog transformed into Lord Dharma, Yudhishthira's father, and smiled. "You have surpassed all trials, for loyalty and compassion are the highest form of Dharma." The golden chariot rose, carrying Yudhishthira into the realm of light, where the souls of his brothers awaited in peace. In the heavens, the Sudarshana chakra turned once more, not to destroy, but to sustain the wheel of time and the law of cause and effect. The cosmos regained its balance. Dharma quietly returned. From that day, the Mahabharata was no longer a war, but a mirror to the human soul, where man learns to see himself between the lines of good and evil. When mankind forgets Dharma, war will return. But when they find Dharma within their hearts, the wheel of time shall pause, for peace has been found. Dharma, not the law of the gods, but the whisper of the universe within the human heart.
We have won, Ted. Yet why does my heart feel lost?
For peace does not come from conquest, Ted.
Victory is never the end, Pyar. Dharma lives only in reflection.